Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Today on this video we are going to replace the rear tail seal and the front seal and the filter and pan gasket, and we run into some issues.
Don't adjust that dial, cause it ain't no glitch. Best Mazda content from MazdaMitch. Mazda Minitruck.
Hey everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm MazdaMitch. I work on Mazda trucks 86 through 93 for myself, sometimes for friends, but mainly for me. And I bring you along with me when we do stuff, and you may learn something. In the previous videos, we pulled the engine, and I cleaned up the engine bay, took air conditioning components out, took the transmission out, and that's what brings us here today to talk about. Is I got the transmission out, and you probably saw in some previous videos where I cleaned it up really well. And so what we're doing now is, since it's out of the truck, I flipped it over because I want to replace the pan gasket and the filter that goes in there. We also got a rear tail seal. And this seal, that's where the rear tail seal will go. That's an easy replacement. And I got another seal that I want to replace in there. And I just want to pull that one out and put the other one in. I'm just doing all that while it's out of the truck. This was already drained. You probably saw that in a couple previous videos where it was drained underneath the vehicle. And of course, when I have it here, and I flipped it upside down, a little bit more came out of the vent, no biggie. I went ahead and took this off. Some of these bolts from the pressure washing and degreasing, they were rusted. So I went ahead, cleaned them all up and painted them, keep them from rusting anymore, and they will go back in. It'll look pretty cool. Oh, and also, while I'm flipping it over, I didn't want to break my dipstick tube, so I took the dipstick tube off, and I went ahead and it had that nice, I don't know what that coating is even called. It had that nice coating, but it didn't have it all the way through, so I went ahead and roughed it up, sanded it down, and painted it with the silver VHT, the very high temp paint. And so just gonna pop this cover off, and I cleaned it previously and just laid it back over there overnight. It does have the gasket on it, and the factory service manual or workshop manual says that there is no RTV that goes on the pan and then the gasket or none of that. It's just straight pan gasket transmission. So we're going to peel it off, and it's leaving some debris, so we're going to take it off and clean that. And like I said before, it's really clean to me. I mean, I don't look at a whole lot of internals of transmissions, but I mean, you know, it should be clean because it's transmission fluid and it's a known cleaner. But I didn't see anything crazy when I took the pan off. It actually looked really good. There was no metal mess. There's some just typical stuff, but you know, that's, I guess, some clutch wear, not much of nothing, but that's coming off. Let's do that right now. Okay, have a feeling these are 8mm. Oh, we got 2 on the end. It looks like they're 10. Oh, we got something special right there. It's weird, but anyways, I want to see how tight they are. Yeah, so I'll know how they feel going back together, and they are not that tight at all. Just what I would say a little past snug. Okay. Well, this one is got a lot of tension on it the whole way through. Didn't seem to be doing anything. I'm wondering about that. I don't know about that one. I mean, funny. Got a long one? Those are the same. So far, they look like they're all gonna be the same length. That one there is a little funny. I wouldn't understand that. So funny. Unless someone's been in here before and that was a weird janky miss, somebody stripped something. It's definitely acting funny. Going with a used vehicle and going behind someone. We're gonna apply pressure and then back it out.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
I
See what I'm saying?
I thought.
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you? No, you done fucked up, don't you? No, don't you? No, you done fucked up.
I hope I didn't booger something up, but it's just a pan replacement. Something you would be doing from underneath. I don't know. Hope that wasn't something strange. Okay. Well, that's the old one. Let me get you zoomed in on. Okay, so here is you can kind of see there's some tiny, tiny little pieces of metal or something, you know, and I'm hoping that that's just normal. And that's what's good about having a transmission filter and it caught it. I hope that this transmission is not damaged from that engine lockup. I hope it's not anything wrong with it. And here's the replacement. All of these parts I got off of Rock Auto. Yeah, like I said, in there, everything looks good to my eyes. Yep. I don't know if this transmission works. As I've said before, I just hope it does. I hope that the engine lockup didn't have any detrimental effects to the transmission and messed it up in any way. Shoot, let's go back together with it. I have a feeling there was something. It's not catching on something, like there's something. Now the book says you can turn this upside down on like an engine stand and do this kind of work. However, something has let go that this was holding on to. If anything, this could be a learning experience for all of us. All right, so looking in the book, it does say, you know, you can work on this transmission this way, upside down. So I used the dental tool, the mirror, and so this This bolt looks a lot like the one that I had trouble with. And if you get down in here and look, let's see here. It has a nut on the bottom of it. So that one probably did too. So I'm thinking the way Mazda intended was they bolted all together, including that one bolt, when the valve body is off. I'm thinking I'm going to take it apart. So if you take this one and this one and this one and these two and this, it should come off and this one will stay with it. And that other one would have two. And then of course you'd take this apart while it's all out, put it on. Anyways, I'm feeling like if I take it off and out, I'll be able to look more down inside and look around. It said in the shop manual that these may be different lengths. So I went ahead, I know it's upside down view, but I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and put them in here. And that will not need to be bothered. If everything, if everything goes well, it should lift right up off of things. Ooh, I hope I'm not getting into a mess I can't fix. Okay, first step was you have to take the kick down solenoid and the other one, I forget what it's called, but you have to unscrew those and pull them out. Okay, a little nervous. Number 8, of course, I don't have, because it would be, it's the whole reason I'm doing this. Well, you know. All right, so that's those. We're going to set it to the side. Man, I'm nervous. Okay, apparently it comes off. Kind of scared to turn it upside down, but whoops. Ooh, don't want to lose that. Apparently it's just a unit, and that's where that nut would have been. That's what I'm about to look for. So that nut, if it fell, it fell down in here somewhere. And I'm just going to get to looking. So right now would be a good time for a commercial break. Okay. All right, since the last little second ago or whatever, it's been a few hours, several hours. Let me tell you a couple things. Let me turn the camera around and show you some stuff. I have been trying to find, if it even existed, the nut that supposedly fell off. Here's what you need to know. Replacing the pan gasket, that's easy. If you want to replace the filter, there's a bolt that goes through the valve body, and it's possible that it has a nut on the end. So when I had trouble getting that bolt out, it might have had a nut, and that's what I've been doing for the past few hours, is looking for the nut. I think it fell through a portal because I cannot find it whatsoever. But you don't have to be afraid of pulling the valve body out, because it is just one assembly, and there are several bolts which you saw me take apart and label them and put them in a certain order because some of them are long and short. But this is what I'm talking about. When you're putting the filter on, this one right here, it goes through all the way, and that's where the nut was. Just like this one, it goes through and there's a nut. So you don't want to try to take this off from underneath the vehicle. Well, you can. I mean, you can. I didn't mean to say that. You can do that, but you just need to know if you're taking advice from me from this video, you need to take this valve body completely out to do so, because there's nuts on there and you will lose them or not get it. You'll not get this back in from underneath. You'll be wondering, well, why won't it tighten up? That bolt is, the nut's just gone crazy, right? So you need to pull this out. And so what I did, you know, there's nothing to be afraid of. I am afraid. I've seen a few transmissions that were way more complicated than this, and they had the BBs and stuff, and there's probably some in here, because this right here holds a few of the valve things in place, just like over here there's another plate. But I went and found a nut, and I put it on, tightened it down, so that's good. Now, what I've been doing for the past several hours is looking for that nut, and I've done everything. I have taken this transmission and flip-flopped it around, shook it, everything. This all moves. This will move, but so I mean, you know, I'm just hoping that if it is in there somewhere, it just falls in the pan. That's what I'm hoping. But I'm also curious, because I don't know anything about this transmission. I just hope it works. But I'm curious, because this is my first auto. This input shaft right here, you cannot turn it by hand. I'm just not sure if when the engine tore up, it sent the connecting rod through the block. So when that happened, I'm not sure if that did anything to the transmission. I'm not sure if, you know, I don't know anything about this truck other than it's clean. I don't know anything about it. So I don't know if they improperly towed it, could have messed up the transmission, could have locked it up. I don't, you know, the engine, when it tore up, could it have done something? I don't know. I think the way automatics are built and the way the torque converter and all works, the engine can grenade, and the worst thing that can happen is the engine can grenade so bad that it would tear up your bell housing or something, but it shouldn't mess up the transmission. But I could be wrong. I don't know. So here we are. We don't know anything other than that's difficult, and it may sort itself out when I get this thing all put back together in the truck, engine rebuilt, give it a shot. It may work out, it may not. You know, I'm wondering, is there a nut in there somehow causing that not to move? But I mean, it is. I don't know, and it's not in park or anything like that. It's in neutral. So I don't know. I really don't know. But all I know is, looking at it's not getting anything done. I've done a lot, spent a lot of hours on it right now, and this should have been a 1 hour situation. But anyways, I cleaned off the gasket, and the gasket was a paper gasket. I cleaned that off, and I scuffed it with a little Scotch-Brite to kind of clean up a little bit of the paper stuff left behind. Now, what I ordered was, it was either Victor Rhines or Molly or something, but it's a rubber gasket. And you know, when you bolt it down, I mean, it should be fine. I may have to go back later and retighten it down to make sure, because it is rubber. But this is what I suggest you do, or it's what I'm going to do. If this don't work out, I got a template made, a copy, and what I'll do is I'll move it over to the Felpro paper gasket material. If this doesn't work, if I find out it's leaking or something, I will do that and make my own paper gasket and not order anything else. That's the beauty. When you order a gasket, trace it, you got it forever. You know what I'm saying? If you saw my video on how to make gaskets, then you'll know how to make gaskets. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I did. I got me a trace. I can put it on the Felpro material if I need to and make one. Because this is probably factory. It could have been factory. I don't know that it's ever been in here, but I don't know. It's not mine. I mean, you know, I got this truck not knowing anything. Nothing. let's get to putting some stuff back together. Whoops. Got to get your shift mechanism in the right place. Well, that's easy. No problem there. All right. That's our 1. This is our 2. We're going to put everything threaded up by hand. I'll go ahead and say it now, say it again later. The torque spec on this is 8 to 11, probably 8 the first step, and then 11 foot-pounds. No, yeah, 11 foot-pounds. That's right. I'll just double check on that. I am not going to use a torque wrench. I'm just going to go and tighten it up. I'm not going to go full ham on it. Alright. So let's get some 10 millimeter. Alright, we got a 10 millimeter. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let's just send it home easy. All right, now I had a small extension. I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, like I said, I'm not going full ham, but if you wanted to, it's 11 foot-pounds. Tight. You know, you strip enough bolts in your life, you'll know when to stop. That's good. That's good. I did that one. Okay, so we're good to go on that. I'm going to clean that up. I want to make sure that this shift deal works. Yeah. Okay, and that works pretty good. I'm going to show you one more time from a different angle. But this right here has to be, there's a little protrusion there and you have to line that up. Drive and then low, L, D, neutral, reverse, and park, or that's park. All the way. You get the idea. I may have it backwards. Okay, so we got our filter on. Everything else is good. So I'm just going to wipe down the edge with a rag with brake clean on it. Try to clean it up best I can. And then we'll go and put the gasket on and the cover on. One more thing I can't forget to do is put in those solenoids I took out on the side. Yeah. And then when everything's put back together, I want to clean this up. I'll do that on my own time. It's something I couldn't get to when I was cleaning it from the top. I like everything to be clean. Okay. All right. All right, so I got these bolts, and like I said, they were rusted. I painted them. Now these are going to go in, and they're going to be 70 inch-pounds. You could start with 50, 60, and then finish with 70 inch-pounds. Inch-pounds, not foot-pounds. Am I going to use a torque wrench? No. I'm just going to tighten them up and not go crazy, not go full ham. Oh man, let's talk about this. You ever see this little weird, you know, why didn't it just thread it all the way to the end? It's got a little protrusion. I think that is to help you with gaskets, help you get, because sometimes the gasket is half over the hole just a little, it's not stretched out. There you go. Helps line everything up. If anybody ever crawls under there besides me, they're going to think, wow, that's pretty. All right, let's send them home a little bit. Just put a little ratchet on it, go by feel. Yep. You can see it's kind of pushing out that gasket hair a little bit. Like I said, after if it ever runs and I drive it some, I'll monitor for leaks, and I may have to go into there and re-tighten it up after it gets warm. And if it keeps on doing it, I'll just have to drop the pan and go with that paper gasket. And I would put a skim coat of RTV, the gray stuff, on it just to be sure. Feels good to me. I'm not overdoing it because it is a rubber gasket, but that's good. We'll see. Okay, so I didn't undo the wiring. Probably should have cleaned it up a little better. But this here, this is the solenoid. I think it's the kick down solenoid. It's got some crud on it. So it goes here. And then this is that vacuum diaphragm thing. And when you pull this out, you got to be careful and not lose this pin. If you lose that pin, you're screwed. But they fit, there's little holes that they line up and fit into. But I did clean up around all of this, and I may not have, I wanted to take those out. They're probably fine. I may not have those. I don't want to damage them.
Yes, I see that MazdaMitch has pulled out the old unicorn blood.
So I'm going to put a little on my finger, put some on there for good luck. Just on the O-ring itself. And they just screw in and tighten up. So we're going to go with, let me get my light. Make sure I get it in there. I mean, it's not going to be difficult. It's in there. Now all I did was I took that off with a pair of channel locks. It doesn't have to be ridiculous tight. I'm afraid I'll crush it, you know. I have seen these that looked like it had a place for a big wrench. I think the aftermarket ones do. That's good. Good enough, right? If it leaks there, if it ever does, it'll probably be that O-ring, and we'll probably have to take it off and try to match it up. Now this one, like I said, I didn't take the wire off, so we'll have to see how that wire does. I'll untangle it in a little bit. It's under here hanging out. I got it taped out of the way. I don't want to break it. It's pretty old. All right. Oh, I forgot this one's thick. I mean, that's about as tight as it's gonna get. I don't want to hurt nothing. That's it, boss. Okay, so I flipped the transmission over. So we got that in and this in. The reason this is like, I didn't want dirt to get in there because that's where another pipe goes with the rubber line. It's a vacuum line. But these go right in here and you can flip it over. I have a picture of this. I can't remember if something else was in there or just these, so I'm not going to flip them over just yet. But that's how that went. And like I said, I have the other thing that goes here. I'll put that in a minute. And then that'll be good. I think that's all we got to do other than that inside seal and this tail shaft. Let's do the tail shaft. It should be pretty easy. All right, this should be straightforward. We could take a screwdriver and a hammer and just try to tap it out. Yep, I see it working. Gonna work around. Just work your way around. I don't think anything's in here to come out. It's been pretty drained, but we'll see. Could be a surprise. Nope. Okay, so we got our seal, and there's probably nothing wrong with it, but who knows? I'm just going to replace it. So we're going to replace it with the one from Beck Arnley, and there's the part number. It looks good. Gonna take a piece of flat wood, give it a little bump. Now I'm probably hitting the tail shaft. I'm gonna go in circles. You hear that sound difference? That's when I'm flush all the way in. So I'm looking at it too. It's in there. So now we got a new one. This one I've never done before. But what we need to do, I mean, we could probably, there's lots of ways. Could probably stick a screw in it and pull, or screwdriver and beat in on it a little. We're going to try this. This is, it's a puller. It's made to do this. We're going to try, yep. Boy, it really helps to have the proper tools. Let me move the light. Seal puller. Well, everything's kind of not working out that way. Let's try it. There we go. There. The one I think works here, I'm going to use, is from National. It's got it off Rock Auto, and the number on it's just 2025, or could be 23320P. I'll put this down in the video description below the video. Okay, so we got the seal, and it can only go, it needs to go this way, and we got a special tool. This is what we're going to use to send it home. It's a piece of gray PVC pipe. We're going to try it.
Oh, here we go again with the unicorn blood.
That's just so that it'll help get in there without tearing it up. So I'm going to give it a little snug push. And set this on there. Yeah, it's going. I thought I had a seal tool. None of them were big and the right way. All right, that'll do it. So that's replaced as well. So the dipstick, yeah, like I said, I painted it, and it goes right here. Fits in there. That O-ring will likely get replaced before this goes in the truck, but for now, I just wanted to, I had to remove it so I could turn this thing over and not hurt it, and then I decided to paint it. So right now, before I'm going to put it back in for now, but now that the exterior is clean, I can take it off without really, and I'll probably put tape over it. It's easier to put it in the truck with this off, and then I'll fish it down in there and put it back on, remove the tape, put it back on. This is the piece. Let's see. Can't remember how it, I know this goes there. That's where that goes. Okay. That's why I had that bolt put back in so I wouldn't lose it. This is the, at the end of this goes to your intake. It's, if you have a Weber and you're sealing everything up, no vacuum ports, you have to have one if you're an automatic, and that's for this vacuum modulator. And let's see, where they go. Got another one right here. That's what it goes right here on there. Bolts up, and then the end of it, of course, it's bent. I'll have to reshape it, but it goes to the intake. I lost my tools. just putting it all back together for now. It's going to sit to the side until I'm ready to put it in. And I got to figure out where these wires go. I think this went here like that. And that. These two went there. And then that goes there and there. And that's how that goes. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, we have had a revelation this morning. I just couldn't rest, sat on it all week, and I decided I needed to try and tear it down and find the nut, but it's very intimidating to tear all this down, and I could make matters worse. So I just decided that I would look again, and this time I rotated it over and heard the nut. So I took everything apart, and there it is. Disaster averted. Oh man, you just do not know how happy I am to have found this. I will probably put it on a gold chain and wear it for a long time around my neck. Some big lessons were learned, so now I'm just going to button it back up, and this will be done. Okay, that will conclude this video. Worked on the transmission all day. I'm tired. This is all part of this project truck and the series that I'm building on getting this thing up and running. So if you're new here, subscribe, see more, hit the like button, hit the notification bell for every time I publish a video, you'll know about it. So that wraps it up. See you in the next video.